Welcome to another biblical story. You know, Isaac and Rebekah, they were falling in love with one another, and really they loved one another, and God gave them twins. And what was not so good was that, Isaac loved Esau more, and Rebekah loved Jacob more. And I said in the last program, for parents it's always good to love each child the same. Otherwise they cause envy between the children. But before I continue the story, I have to tell you that Abraham died, and he was also buried near Hebron. You know, Abraham bought property from the kings there, and he had an own land there, and he was also buried beside Sarah, his wife. And later on, then, Esau and Jacob was born. And now Isaac himself got old, and he wanted to bless his boys. And of course he loved Esau very much, and he was the firstborn. You know, Isaac was getting very old, and he was already laying in bed, and he could hardly see anymore. And his great desire was to bless his children. And of course he wanted to bless Esau. He was the firstborn. So he would get the blessing of the firstborn. So he called Esau into his room or his tent and said, "Esau, I will soon die, and I want to bless you. Go out to the field and hunt an animal for me and prepare a dinner for me like I love it. And then I will bless you." And you guess who was listening? His wife Rebekah heard everything. And of course she wanted it that Jacob would get the first blessing. And you know what? Even before these two boys were born, God spoke to her that the younger one will be the ruler of the older one, and that the younger one will be more blessed than the older one. So somehow she did what she heard a long time before, but what she did was not right. We should not lie. We should not betray. She even caused her own son to lie. So she said, "Jacob, come over here. You know, your father wants to bless Esau, but I want you to be blessed. So I will prepare a meal, and you go in, and then you say you're Esau. But I'm not Esau, and my skin is soft, and my brother's skin is hairy. What shall I do?" "Well, you can put his clothes on, but if my father then curses me, I will take the curse upon me. Do what I say." Jacob didn't want to, betray his old father. And the mother said, "You have to." So he did. So that was hard, I think. Betraying an old father, that's not nice at all. So he went into his tent and said, "Here is the meal you wanted. Who are you?" Now he was lying. "I am Esau, your son. Bless me as you told me." "Well, come nearer. Your voice is Jacob's voice." And then Jacob had, fur from an animal on his skin. And then Isaac smelled the smell of, the field, said, okay, well, you sound like Jacob's voice, but you smell like Esau. Well, I eat and then I bless you. And Isaac blessed his son Jacob, that everything will be blessed. The harvest will be blessed. The animals will be blessed. The area he will go will be blessed. That he will defeat the enemies. And when the blessing was completed and he went out, Esau was ready to bring the meal to his father. And he came in and said, Father, here is the meal you like. I prepared it for you. I was hunting and here is it. Enjoy it. You love it so much. Who are you, my son? Well, I'm Esau, your son. You asked me to go. Well, your brother betrayed you. He was here before you, and I gave him the first blessing. Don't you have a blessing for me too? Yes, but it's not such a good blessing as your brother has. I can only give the firstborn this blessing. Please, Father, bless me too. He was betraying me before. He took away, the blessing of being the firstborn. I was so hungry and I gave it to him, and now he's even taken away the blessing I deserve at the firstborn at the end of your life. Father, I'm so sad. Come, bless me, please. And the blessing was not as good as Jacob's blessing the father gave. And from that day on, he didn't even envy his brother. He hated his brother. And he didn't obey Esau, his parents, taking a believing woman. He married women from heathen nations, and Rebecca got very, very sad. And one day Esau said, oh, when I have the chance to kill my brother, I will kill him. There will come the time, then I will kill him. And you know what? Rebecca didn't want that at all. So secretly she went to Jacob and said, Jacob, you have to leave. Go to our relatives. Go to your uncle Laban. Find a wife there. And you know what? Esau wants to kill you. Better you go now, okay? Just go silently before an accident happens. I am sad enough, and please don't marry a heathen woman. Just marry only a believing woman. So secretly, at night, like a thief, Jacob had to leave his family. And he was going in the desert, in the wilderness, direction north. And then he got very, very tired. And he was laying down in the desert. And soon after, he had a mighty experience with God Almighty. But what? I will tell you in the next program.
Well, that's all for today. Listen, please feel free to write us. Our address is Middle East Television, P.O. Box 57266, 3314 Limassol, Cyprus. Our email address is comments@metv.org. Till next time.
Yes, till next time. And don't cheat anyone. Just be honest to everybody, okay? Bye-bye. Till next time. Bye-bye, children. All the best to you. I love you too, perhaps.
I will bless those who bless you, and I will curse him who curses you. And in you, all the families of the earth shall be blessed. Look now toward heaven, and count the stars if you are able to number them. So shall your descendants be.